Cold hearts, heated floors seem like my destiny. Watching my dreams take shape like they remember me. You know, it's really at that state, man, where some things just seem unavoidable. Some pains or just seem unavoidable. Some disputes seem unavoidable. Some things are just a price to admission for success, it seems. Some things seem to be a price to admission for the dreams that you're trying to manifest, or the dreams that seem to manifest themselves when you proceed to carry out certain actions. Very often in my life, I feel that whenever I do get the time to focus and everything's clicking and going right, that will very often come with just fights, just disputes, just people feeling like they're owed something, people feeling like you owe them your time, you owe them your attention, and like fuck whatever you got going on, forget whatever you had planned for the day because I need you right now. So you're gonna show up, and when you can't be there in those situations, then it seems like it erases everything that you've ever done to be there for people, even when it was not the most convenient for you to be there at the time. And they seem to forget the times when they could have been there for you and they weren't. So cold hearts, heated floors, man, it really seems prophetic almost, to think of that juxtaposition and how true it can be, that in order to be in the position where you can have heated flooring, um, your heart will be cold because it takes a lot out of you to put yourself in such a position, man. Again, depending on your support system and your relationship with that, we all would love to be able to be everything to everyone all at the same time, but the reality of the situation is you can't. um, Even if you had superpowers at the cape, there's just not enough hours in the day, period. And so you do have to make those tough decisions, you do have to make those tough calls, those tough last minute calls, and pull triggers, hit switches, just to make sure that you show up and you execute. Yeah, man. In other news, Legacy Africa is coming together, and of course there are issues. Of course, there are issues that are being run into on this side, that side. Struggling with this and that. But at the end of the day, I feel that if you give yourself the time that you need to dedicate, if you give yourself the time that you need to show up, if you give yourself the time that you need to be present in the moments when it matters the most. I think that's always been something that is very, very big for me. And it has carried me through a lot more than I deserve, which is being a big game player in a sense, being a player that shows up in the big moments when it matters the most. Not the moments that you think it matters the most, like when it actually is like, okay, no, everything's on the line now. It's now or never. I tend to have the ability to show up in those moments, and it makes up for some moments when I was making that sacrifice and I was making that trade off and I was choosing, the support system over the thing that they're supporting, so that they may continue to support that. But the truth is, with or without them, man, and hence the cold hearts part, with or without the support system, there is a certain subsect, there's a certain kind of individual that is just going to work, that is just going to continue pushing, continue grinding, uh, hard as it may be, easy as it may be, whether it's light or dark. When the big moments call, they will be able to show up because of the years of preparation that happened outside of the support system. Because that's the big thing. The big thing is the thing that will make the difference between those of us, and the rest is what you do when no one's watching, what you do when you have the option to not do that, right? Because sometimes you have that option. Sometimes it's like, okay, well, you could show up, and give, but no one's there. There's no one at the gym. You're the only person there. There's no one with you studying, reading the book. There's no one with you um, looking through books that you've read to verify certain theories. There's no one with you when you take that extra second to rewatch a concept that you've already heard because you just want it to be repeated in your mind so that it can be fresher. There's no one there in those moments when you choose the grind over a certain level of comfort. And yet, when you have to choose that over certain other things, then people have an issue with it. People have a very easy time forgetting to show up for you, but they seem to have difficulty forgetting when you can't show up for them, regardless of the circumstance. And so I'm not saying be overtly selfish. I'm not saying don't be there for the people that you care about, the people that care about you. But what I am saying is when the time does come, and it will, when you have to either choose the path or whether you're going to continue to walk with the people regardless of what direction they're going. And so your path may desire for you to continue straight, and the people that you're going with may want to take a detour. So there you'll come at that crossroads where you're gonna have to decide: am I gonna continue on the path, and hopefully, at the end of the detour, our paths meet again, but I'm continuing down this road, or am I gonna conform in a sense and just go with whatever they're going with? You will come to those crossroads multiple. It's not a one-time event. It's gonna happen a lot of times, and what was it? 3 out of 10. 3 every 10, Mark Wahlberg said. So out of every 10 times that you go to the batting ring, if you hit a home run 3 times, something like that. Yeah, something like it's some crazy lower than you expect strike rate. So 3 out of every 10, if you hit a home run, you can make the Hall of Fame of baseball. 3 out of every 10. And the difference between baseball and entrepreneurship and the lives and opportunities that we have nowadays is in baseball there's a maximum amount that you can get. I don't cricket, the max you can get is 6. If you knock that thing out of the park, that's 6 runs. Well, entrepreneurship is built such that the opportunities that we have these days are built such that if you knock it out of the park, you can get 1,000 runs. You can knock it out of the park so well that you never have to swing again in your life. And so that's why it's important in those moments when you can either put the bat down and conform or swing. 9 times out of 10, you're going to want to take that swing. Don't want to keep you for too long, man. Um, Thank you for watching. If you did in fact enjoy today's video, please do hit that subscribe button. I have been Sage, standing on business. Signing out.